couple of days later, I spoke to John and Rod. The two of them had returned to the field in between time and completed the planned formation. I joined them the next morning since BBC Bristol were interviewing Rod, who openly declares himself as a crop circle artist. As we walked toward the chosen interview spot overlooking an existing circle formation, the BBC cameraman suggested to John that it would be a shame if all circles were man-made.
Well, not necessarily, because even so, I mean, you could jump the paradigm and then say, okay, so they're all made by people, but it doesn't necessarily take them away from the paranormal to some extent, because some circle makers are convinced that the circles that they make are genuine and that they are real catalysts for paranormal events. I believe there are genuine circles, but the situation is slightly more complicated than that. I also think that the circles that we put down, I regard them as genuine. I don't think of myself as a hoaxer. I'm not trying to debunk the crop circle mystery. We circle makers are contributors to the crop circle mystery. Our circles often have responses which appear shortly or during the time we're making circles, and other people report strange effects in and around circle sites, and every circle maker that I know has experienced something strange during the production of a crop circle or afterward revisiting it. And I think only the most cynical of circle makers would fail to sympathise with that.
Parking just off the road and walking along a track to a ridge overlooking an I formation in the field below. We met two New Age traveller types by their transit van. One of them, Mark, was quite happy to tell me of his crop circle experiences.
Yeah, we've spent a few nights out here. First of all, we spent a night in Salisbury Hill, and then we spent a night in actual corn circle. Mm-hmm. And I've done some work with healers and healing energies, and found the energy in the corn circle to be actually healing itself. So I feel as if the vast majority of them are actually genuine, because the patterns are so intricate. And
what do you mean by genuine?
Well, genuine in the sense that they're not created by man.
And finally onto the location of our newest addition to the area's circle formations. We found several walkers viewing the web from the ridge. Inside the circle, I found two crop circle researchers. They were proof of the impressive nature of our work.
How big would you say this one is?
300 foot, about 300.
You measured it?
We've spoken to someone, but
We've been in it before, measured it.
Yeah,
we assume.
Yeah, it's about 300 foot.
And is there any particular? I mean, can you see if it's any particular pattern or design?
Spider's web, definite spider's web. In the air. Yeah. Somebody's seen aerial photographs.
Really?
Formation from the air. Yeah.
No, what of this one?
This one, yes. They've already been up in the
and it was only made yesterday morning, Thursday.
I was starting to have one of those I know something you don't know feelings, yet felt compelled to push the researchers for their explanation.
Well, we're very involved in this, and it seems to be interacting with human beings in a way, because he was meditating on the mound over there.
About 3 days before this had formed, I was on the mound just about 100 feet away.
Yeah.
I thought I decided to try a little experiment, had a little meditate, and
project your thoughts into
I projected my thoughts into this particular area of the crop, because I had this intense feeling. I've never usually had these feelings, but I had an intense feeling that something might form here. And lo and behold...
Well, we've been coming up here for the last 4 years, you see, and we've been seeing this crop. It's never been touched before, and we've been hoping for something really to appear anyway. Yeah. The more time you spend out here in this area, the more you see. Obviously, you've got to be, very persevering. And
we're out here.
It does take.
It seems impossible to me for any human being to have made it, because it was so neat and precise. And
where you've got standing crop, you've got a circle, and there's no entry to the circle. There's about, you can have about 10-foot standing crop.
Is there anything strange about this particular one, or is this a run-of-the-mill crop circle?
It's very complex.
It's
enormously complex.
It seems to be going to and forth like a spider would spin its web, if you see what I mean. The flow is going opposite directions as you go outwards. Oh, it's usually, I'm not sure what it looks like from the air, but it must look quite accurate.
Do you think there's something other than earthbound that is involved
here? Yes, we do. Of course, very much so. Yes.
From our experiences, that's certainly so, yeah.
Yes.
We do believe that. We believe there are some hoaxes, but very few, possibly 5-10%, but
That's about it, really. Just, I mean, this was formed in a night where it was pouring with rain. This is the thing. Who would have to, come out and make this? This is actually enormous and
very enthusiastic and stupid.
I think, that's right.
So, we were the result of meditation. It was all becoming a blur between memory and imagination. So there you have it. Fact or fiction. Truth blurs into myth, and the area is steeped in myth and ancient legend, enhanced by the standing stones adjacent to our field. The field had never been hit before, and our formation was the second largest in Wiltshire, hopefully summing up the area perfectly for future aerial photographs and postcards. Is there anybody out there? Are all crop circles hoaxes? What is a hoax? What is genuine? And do you really believe I stood in the middle of a field at night to record the sounds of wheat? Well, who knows? But to add more fuel to the mystery is another little chap I found running round the spider's web.
Did you make this circle?
Yes,
Did you?
Yeah.
How long did it take you?
About 14 days.
14 days? That's busy work, isn't it?
Got to go.
Do you play in here often? What's your name?
William.
William. Thank you, William.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You have been listening to Galaxy Investigator Ned Pamphilon. The intergalactic engineer was Simon Adams, and space sounds were by Stuart Jizz E. Herwood. This has been a Pamphilon production. Copyright 1994.